Are you seriously still upset? You should let it go. Can I go home now?
Huh? Are you still seriously planning on coming home? Why would you just come home?
What the hell is that about? Of course I'm going to be heading home. Getting mad over such a small thing. It was literally a joke. How sensitive are you? Seriously?
Really, you think so? You understand that if you say something that hurts my feelings, I'm probably going to be upset, right?
It was literally just a joke.
Your jokes are literally hurting people's feelings.
I said sorry. Don't be so upset and angry over that. I can go home now, right?
I need you to understand what you've done. Until you really figure out what you've done wrong, you don't have to come home.
Oh my god, you're so annoying sometimes. What's your problem? I just told the truth. Some old hag like you wearing a wedding dress at your age? That alone is a joke to me.
Even so, literally in front of all of my relatives, and this old hag who has 2 kids wants to wear a wedding dress? Then you yelled in front of all of them that I must be crazy, and that you want me to be serious for a second. Who's the one that was laughing his head off? You're seriously going way too far.
You actually remember every single line, huh? You're way too sensitive. I don't even remember what I said. I was also pretty drunk, so I actually don't remember most of it. But who cares? I already apologized to you.
I really don't feel any sincerity from your apologies at all.
Think about it though. I just said a little joke about you, and your dad completely loses his shit. And then I was taken straight to me parents' house.
Who would have thunk, huh? We were all celebrating for New Year's, and his own daughter was made fun of right in front of him. I think that's a pretty normal reaction from him. Literally everyone was taken aback by your joke.
You really think that you can even fit in a wedding dress right now?
You told me when we got married that we didn't have much money right now, but once we were able to save up some money, we would at least take some photos as a memory.
I might have said that, yeah. But we don't even have money. Case in point.
It's been 7 long years since we got married. I think that we're actually more poor than we were when we started.
I mean, what can you do? I was let go from the company, so it's not my fault. It's not my fault, so it's not my problem.
You're not going to be able to cash in on the unemployment soon. It doesn't look like you're looking for a new job at all.
Once I'm not able to get unemployment anymore, I'll start looking. Right now, I'm just in the, summer vacation of me life.
That's not funny at all. You don't have to come home anymore.
I'm taking care of the kids, though.
Taking care of the kids. Yeah, right. My mom is the one doing most of the child sitting. You're not doing much of anything at all, are you?
We're living together, so there's a lot of stress. You gotta at least let me blow off some steam how I want. I'm already tired of trying to think about how things will be with you.
Okay, then why don't you just stay at your house, then? I personally think I'd be perfectly fine without you ever coming home at all.
What the hell do you mean? I consider the fact that your family doesn't have any men in their family to marry into your family instead of keeping my name. That's how I'm planning on carrying on your family name. You can at least say things a little nicer. You need to treat me with respect.
You know, I was actually thinking about that recently. I don't think I ever asked you to do that for me, did I?
Huh?
Also, my sisters, every time they come home, they're met with your sexually inappropriate jokes. And you getting drunk and trying to touch them. They're all pretty sick of your shenanigans.
I didn't say anything like that. What are they saying I did?
Well, you made some dirty jokes about Joyce's boyfriend. You also made comments about Grace's body. Pretty sure you've done more than enough damage to them.
I had no intention of doing that. I'm just making funny jokes is all. Everyone was literally laughing.
They were laughing out of awkwardness. How could you not understand that? You're seriously socially awkward.
Are you sure you should be talking to me like that? I'm seriously gonna leave.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, I would like you to do that.
What did you say?
I was actually going to formally ask you to do that. I'm sorry this is over text, but please don't come back to our house. Ever. I'll send all of your stuff in the mail.
What? You can't do that to me!
What? Why not? I'm pretty sure I can.
If I'm not around, who's gonna carry on the family name? You're gonna regret this!
You realize that our household isn't like some kind of royalty? We're not from some elite bloodline or anything. We don't need some kind of heir. My parents and I are both federal employees. If push come to shove, my kids and I both have my name. They can just carry it on. If we're talking about heirs, we have 2 healthy young boys. That should be more than enough, right?
You were that serious about all this? I was just joking around.
I told you earlier, but I'll tell you again. Your jokes seriously hurt people. Not to mention, there's not any humor in it at all.
Don't be like that. I don't have any intention of getting a divorce from you. I'm on a vacation right now, so I'm able to stay at my parents' house, but I won't be able to stay forever.
Yeah, your brothers live there too. Interesting fact. You didn't tell your parents that you quit your job, did you?
Of course I didn't tell them. Also, going home because I got a divorce, I could never do that. It's almost been a week, but I'm literally at the point of no return. It's annoying pretending to go to work every day. I should be able to go home if I want, right?
You don't have a place in this house anymore. Can I just send the divorce papers to your house? Or should I send them somewhere else? I don't know if you're planning on moving or what.
What? You can't be serious about the divorce. I can't even handle just living apart. Why would I get a divorce?
I've already decided this. Also, do you remember when you got drunk and hit my kids and I? I'm going to talk to a lawyer and see if I'm able to sue you for domestic violence.
Domestic violence? That's only a few times that it's happened. I haven't done anything after we started living together.
That's because you're afraid of my dad, who's a black belt in judo. Whatever. The point is, I've had enough of this. I'll be sure to get child support for the 2 kids.
Wait, hang on. This is all moving too quickly. My head isn't keeping up with all this.
I need you to calm down and hear me out. We're getting a divorce, so get the hell out of my house.
No, I don't understand. I was just joking around and you're going to divorce me. That's way too mean. And now you're talking about suing me too. You're blowing this all out of proportion.
Your verbal violence is also apparently considered domestic violence nowadays. Seems like it's difficult for you to bring it up on your own, so I contacted your mom a second ago.
Huh? What are you talking about? What?
You don't get it? I told her I'm divorcing you and that you were fired from your job. I let her know about everything. You couldn't tell her yourself, right? I told her for you. You should be thanking me.
Are you being serious right now? Do you understand the status I have? I'm 35 years old and I have no job. My older brother, who's a year older than me, already works at a company as an executive, and I have no status at home. How do you call yourself me wife? You should think about me before doing things. That's why. You're able to say things like trying on a wedding dress when you look like that. It's already bad jokes and in bad taste.
I see. That's okay. You don't ever have to look at me again. Literally, never.
Look at you already getting angry again? I'm just joking. You're just joking about me mum too, right? You didn't actually tell her.
I'm not joking at all. I already have the divorce papers ready. I'm going to have my dad take them to you soon.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Did me mum say anything?
She was apologizing to me. She said that she was sorry for my son, who was unreliable, and that she would be forcing you to pay damages immediately. She also said she'd make you look for a job ASAP, so that you'd be able to pay for child support fees.
Are you seriously making me mum talk about child support? I feel so bad for her.
You're the one that's making her talk about all that. I actually feel bad for her too. She's got to talk to me on behalf of her 35-year-old son.
It's not too late. Please take back everything you've said to me, Mum. I'll find another job right away, I promise. I can't be getting a divorce right now. I don't want her to look down on me. I don't want to keep living in the same house as me brother. I don't have any money saved up, so it's not like I can just move away.
Okay, so why don't you just act so that she doesn't look down on you? It's kind of your fault, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to be sending you a bunch of your stuff, and my parents are going to be taking the divorce papers to you. I'm like 99% sure I'm going to have custody of the kids, but let's talk about all that with our lawyers, huh?
Please, I want to go home to that house. I promise I won't drink anymore.
I'm tired of hearing you say that.
I'll try my best to stop saying jokes from now on, and if you're really intent on getting a wedding dress, we can get you one.
Yeah, better luck next time. I don't want to take wedding photos with the likes of you anyway, so no thanks. Have fun living with your brother and family. The fact that he was spending hours in the slot machines and wasting time. It was all brought to light, and he was scolded like never before. The divorce papers were taken by Barbara's father that same day. He drove all the way to their house. Randall's parents were apologizing profusely, saying that their son was in the wrong. Randall ended up borrowing money from his brother and paid for the damages. He couldn't leave the house and is currently looking for a job. Hopefully he's able to find a job before his first child support payment starts coming in. Leah, hurry up and respond to my messages. You had your hospital appointment today, right? I thought I told you to tell me what the doctor said. Hi, Hannah. I'm sorry, I was having lunch. Thank you for worrying about me. I wasn't worried about you. I want to know about the baby. He'll be taking over our family business in the future, so of course I need to know if he's healthy. You took your time getting pregnant, but it was worth the wait. And I've been waiting a long time for this. You know the sex, don't you? Please tell me it's a baby boy. Well, I heard the sex, but does it really matter? Don't be ridiculous. Of course it matters. I want my answer. Is it a boy or girl? What did the doctor say? He said that it'll be a boy. At least, that's what it looks like at the moment. Really? It's a boy! Thank God! I'll be having a grandson. I'm so glad. It was worth all the trouble up until now. Kevin will finally be having a baby boy. Now I won't have to worry about the family business. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Why are you so obsessed with the sex all of a sudden? What are you talking about? Kevin's my eldest son. We needed you to give birth to a boy, or we wouldn't have anyone to take over the business after Kevin's grown old and retired. We don't have any use for a girl, so you did a good job giving us a boy. But make sure you keep him healthy. If he's born big and strong, then you'll have completed your mission as a good wife. Thank goodness Kevin found a young girl like you. There's less risk of having a miscarriage. Well, it's a shame you're already almost 30. But considering there's a 12-year age gap between you and Kevin, he did very well. You gave us your blessing because I was young? Not because you thought we would make each other happy? Don't be so naive. Did you really think that? I would have never let my Kevin marry a poor woman from a family with no history like yours if you weren't young. Being young was the only thing that made you better than the other candidates. Oh, really? I never knew that you thought of me like that. I'm kinda shocked. I thought you were happy for us. Well, you've given us a boy. That's all that matters. You've proved your worth. Unlike all of the other useless women that came before you, you should be proud. The women that came before me? What do you mean? Are you really sure it's going to be a boy? Did you look at the ultrasound yourself? If it isn't a boy, I'll be very disappointed. It's not 100%, but the doctor said that it looks like it'll be a boy. What? It's not 100%? What's that supposed to mean? Is it a boy or isn't it? The doctor warned me that a prenatal test is never definite. They said they can't promise that it'll be born a boy, but it's likely that it will be. We'll just have to wait until the baby's born to see. I don't mind whether it's a boy or a girl, so it'll be a nice surprise either way. I don't want a surprise, I want a boy! Technology is supposed to be so advanced nowadays, why can't they give us a simple answer? They should be ashamed to call themselves doctors if they can't even tell whether it's going to be a boy or girl. The family business is resting on this. Go back to the hospital and confirm whether it's a boy or girl. Otherwise, I won't acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law. Acknowledge me? I'm sorry, are you being serious? I've already married Kevin. Whether you like me or not, nothing will change that. And whether I have a son or not has nothing to do with you, too. What do you plan to do if the baby turns out to be a girl? If it's a girl, then I have no choice. We won't need you anymore, so you'll have to leave. There's no point in keeping you as my son's wife if you can't even do something as simple as give birth to a boy. Wow. Well, at least I know how you actually feel about me. By the way, what did you mean when you said the women that came before me earlier? Has Kevin married before? You don't know. I guess he hasn't told you. About what? Kevin's already been married 3 times. What? He never told me anything. Why didn't either of you tell me that? Then it just means that he didn't think it was necessary to tell you. Well, it doesn't matter to me. That was his decision to make. It's not like we have an obligation to tell you anything. You're just a housewife. Wait a minute. This is too sudden. Why did they get divorced? Did he want to leave them, or did they each tell him they wanted a divorce? They couldn't give us a boy. Each one of them got pregnant, but when we found out that they would be girls, we had no use for them. What? Because they were pregnant with girls? Did you hear that from the doctors? Hang on, so that means that Kevin already has children with several other women? That's right, he has 1 child with every ex-wife, if you count them as his children. They were all useless women that could only give birth to girls, so I don't consider them to be my grandchildren. It was a shame that Kevin had to waste his time with them. You should be careful, and make sure you don't end up the same way. You've got to give us a boy. It's not a matter of whether I take care or not. I can't control whether I have a boy or girl. Does Kevin agree with you on this? Is that what he's really thinking as well? That he wants a boy over a girl? What? Of course he does. What do you expect? He agrees with me on putting the business first. He knows that we need a boy, and that's why he brought you, because you're young. So I'm the same as the other 3 women he married? I'm just a womb whose only use is to prepare an heir to your business? I'm just a tool to you. Well put. That's exactly what you're here for. I'm glad you understand, and I hope you can meet that expectation. But the 3 other women ended up being useless, so I wonder how you'll turn out. I wouldn't be surprised if you were just as useless, considering your background. I can't believe I even have to say this. We're not your tools. I'm not here to push out babies for you. Then what else could you possibly do? More importantly, that doctor is no good. He's always so vague about the sex. He needs to tell us which it is clearly, or we really have to wait until the baby is born to decide whether to throw you out. Maybe I should find another doctor to look at you. But first, let's go visit the doctor you saw today and have them check again. You might have misheard them or remembered incorrectly. Excuse me? You want me to go to the hospital again? Together? I'll make him give us an answer on what the sex is. Are you ready? I want you to come and collect me in 15 minutes. I have to go and collect you? I'm pregnant. You have a car, so it'll be easier for you to come here. You really are inconsiderate. Why on earth should I go to you? Anyway, make sure you're not late. I spoke on the phone with Kevin about the results of the ultrasound, but he told me he was busy and to ask you instead. He only told me that he didn't care as long as you were happy, and that I should follow your orders. He's such a good son. Then that makes things much simpler. I want you to divorce my son. I'm not so surprised now that I know what you both really want. The doctor said that the probability of it being a girl was high when they did the ultrasound again, so I guess that confirms things for you. Fine, I accept the divorce. I don't think I could spend another day with this family knowing what you actually think of me, so I'll leave happily. Let's get this over and done with. Don't worry, it'll be over in no time. I had the divorce papers prepared ever since you got married to my son, just in case. They've already been filed in on my son's side, signatures and all, so all you have to do is fill out your section. I'm sure I handed them to you after the ultrasound. Do you have them? Yes, you gave them to me. I have them right here. I wanted to do this after talking things through with Kevin and hearing how he really feels about all this. But he said that he didn't care and doesn't seem to be very interested in staying together, so I'll fill them out straight away. I'll give you your divorce. I'm glad you understand. Then that's that. We won't have anything to do with one another. You said you want me to divorce your son because I'm not pregnant with a boy, right? I think that means I have a right to file for a fault divorce. Will you agree to a settlement? You've got nerve asking about something like that. Just because you can blame us doesn't mean you can use this as a chance to leech off of us. That wasn't my intention. I was just thinking about my child's future. I'll be raising them alone and won't be able to work for a while, so I'll need child support. Fine, whatever you say. Next, we'll have to look for a woman who's from a prestigious family and won't ask for something as shallow as money. It was my mistake letting my son marry someone like you. How much do you want? I'll have the money transferred to your bank account. Happy? In regards to the child support, I'd like to speak with a lawyer first before deciding anything here. I don't want to go back and forth if you don't agree to what I ask. But other than the child support, I'd like to be compensated. Yes, whatever. We'll pay it, just as long as you leave us alone after the divorce. But don't expect us to pay alimony permanently. You've only been married to Kevin for less than a year, so you don't deserve anything more than temporary. If you disagree, then we'll have to take this to court. You should already know by now that we have the money to pay for the best attorneys. I'd like $10,000 paid into my account as compensation. I'll be demanding child support separately after talking to my lawyer and calculating how much I'll need. You're asking for more than I expected, but there's no helping it. If this means that we won't have anything to do with you and you won't bother us, then fine, we'll pay it. Consider it done. Could you transfer it right now? I'd prefer that we clear that up so that we can avoid any problems. It's not like we have a contract, so I don't want you to be going back on your word. Fine, I'm going to the bank right now, but that's it. The talk about child support will be dealt with between our lawyers, and I don't want any contact from you. Don't come near my Kevin either. Oh, don't worry about that. I've already returned to my parents' house. I don't want anything to do with you or your son either, and I hope you won't bother me and my family after my baby is born. I'm fine with that. I have no intention of going to see you or your daughter. I've transferred $10,000. Goodbye. By the way, you reminded me when you just referred to my baby as my daughter. But I think you were there when the doctor said that they couldn't be sure that it would be a girl either. Well, yes, but he said it was possible that it could be a girl. He's always clouding his answers, but if he says that there's a chance it could be a girl, then we don't want it. Apparently it's normal for doctors to say that. It's typical for doctors to be unclear about what the sex of a baby is because it's not certain until the baby's born. What do you mean? After we went to have the ultrasound done, I was a bit curious, so I called Kevin's younger brother's wife, Lydia, and I asked about Kevin's previous marriages. This might be a bit of a shock to you, but I heard that Kevin's first and third wife gave birth to sons after you made Kevin divorce them. What? That can't be true! You must be joking. They were all told that they would be having girls. That's why I had Kevin divorce them. How could they give birth to boys if they were told they could be pregnant with girls? That's just how they phrase it. The doctor tells us that they're sure that it'll be a baby boy, but says that it could be either, so that the parents don't get too preoccupied on what the sex is. Tests aren't 100% definitive, And you never know if the baby you were told was a girl might just have had underdeveloped sexual organs. That's why they keep their answers vague. So you're telling me that that quack doctor lied to me? And if Kevin's ex-wives really did give birth to boys, then why haven't they told us? Why should I believe you when they haven't said anything? I'm telling you, it's not definitive. That doesn't make the doctor a liar. As for Kevin's exes, maybe they're just annoyed with you and don't want you to ruin their child's lives, with all this talk about boys and tools and stuff. I heard that they don't want to have anything to do with you. Lydia told me that her husband is a second son, and they live pretty far away, so they have it much easier since they don't have to deal with you so much. But she feels bad that she couldn't be there for me. Wait a second. If Kevin's ex-wives have 2 sons, then that means that we already have 2 candidates to take over the family business. This is perfect. Yes, I suppose that would mean that, but you've already put restraining orders on Kevin's exes, haven't you? You said that you didn't want to have anything to do with them, and asked that they don't ever come near you, just like you just said to me. Of course I did. What else could I have done? They might come asking for money in return for them not telling the neighbors about their children. Then I guess that means that you can't see their children either. How ironic. That's ridiculous. They're my grandchildren. They're my heirs. Also, even if my baby turns out to be a boy, I don't plan on letting you meet him. Of course, even if it's a girl, I won't let you come near her. Once you've paid the child support, I don't want to have any contact. Oh, don't say that. It'll be better for the child if he has both parents, and he'll want to know his grandmother. I believe you can give us a boy, so why don't you come back? Let's forget about this divorce. I'll let you live in my house and I'll take care of the housework. You're still pregnant, so you should relax. What do you think? Oh, you're a bit too late. I've already filed the divorce papers. What a shame. Huh? Already? Isn't that too fast? I thought it was too fast as well, but, you know, monster-in-laws have a reputation for complaining that things are too late. I thought I should file it as soon as possible. I didn't want to be a pain in the ass if I didn't file it on time, and I wanted to cut ties with you and your son as soon as possible. My brother is a lawyer, so I'll be able to talk to him about the child support straight away, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But I'll be writing up a restraining order, so from now on, you'll have to contact my lawyer when you need to discuss something. Please don't ever call me again. You're the worst mother-in-law. And now that I think about it, with his ideals, Kevin is way too old for me. Plus, he's balding. I think remarrying him is out of the question. After that, Leah consulted her brother and managed to decide on a settlement with Kevin and his mother. She requested that it be paid in one go so that she wouldn't have to have contact with them ever again. Hannah had to prepare the entire amount within days because of Kevin's complaint that it made them look bad if they didn't pay Leah as soon as possible. Apparently, she was reluctant when it came to signing the restraining order, but when Leah offered to decrease the amount Hannah had to pay in child support, she accepted the conditions and gave in. A few months later, Leah's baby was born, and she announced that it was a baby boy. Of course, she had no intention of letting Kevin or Hannah meet him. Unfortunately for Kevin, he had lost a lot more hair and gained a few more pounds since Leah had left. And he was having trouble finding someone that was willing to marry him. Karma does exist after all.